1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 ready, 4. Yes! What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here, and once again, despite all odds, the Krusty Glide rides again. Perfect. Alright, heading up to the Dirty Shame to meet up with Flip and go somewhere pretty cool. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I'm gonna need that monster when I get there, because let me tell you, your boy Shadetree is whooped. Stick a fork in me because I'm done and the day's just starting. And that's because last night was Gasparilla Night Parade, literally the busiest night of the year at the bar. For those of you who don't know, no, riding around motorcycles on YouTube is not my full-time job. I've got a real job, and I use the term real job very loosely. I'm basically a bartender for a living, and on the busiest night of the year in a bar, that's what we call amateur night. Gasparilla Night Parade is a little bit of a drinking holiday, as we call it, and drinking holidays tend to bring out people who don't go to bars all the time. And when somebody doesn't go to a bar all the time, or at least semi-regularly, that's a person who don't know how to act in a bar. Now, when you get somebody who don't know how to act in a bar, is unaware of bar etiquette, and then you also introduce copious amounts of alcohol and dress them up like a pirate, there are bound to be shenanigans, and shenanigans there were. It's always a rough night. I mean, it's great for Ybor City, it's great for the bar, and people have fun. It's a great party, but man, there's always just a few people who take it a little bit too far. There's piss on the floor, there's vomit in the bathroom. I'm just like, really, man? Why do you vomit in the sink? The sink is right next to the toilet, and you chose to vomit in the sink. Like, get the hell out of here. Amateurs. Let me tell you something else about going to a bar. When there's 100 people literally waiting for drinks, if you step up to the plate, look that bartender in the eye, and he asks you what you want, and your first reaction is to go, and look behind you and see what all your friends want, you're getting left behind. When a bar's busy, have cash in your hand and know exactly what your order is. Maybe I should do a video on bar etiquette. Some people have asked me to do that before. I've been bartending for almost 15 years at this point, so I know a thing or two about it, although I'm not what you would call like a mixologist or one of those dudes who's, setting cherries on fire and throwing them into fancy cocktails. That ain't my bag. I'm more of a meat and potatoes type of guy. So if you ask me to make you some dumbass shit like a whale penis mojito with a smoked paprika rim, I'm gonna look at you like you got two heads, tell you to man up, order a beer and a shot. Nothing against all y'all who like your frou-frou drinks. Knock yourself out. You're just not going to find those drinks at the Dirty Shame. Anyway, if you guys are interested in me making some bar etiquette videos, let me know in the comments down below. I don't strictly stick to motorcycle stuff. I'll make videos about anything. I make fishing videos. Sometimes I make carpentry videos, although very poorly. I'm not what you would call a carpenter. I just, I own a drill, screws, and wood. So, carpentry? I always thought about making some bartending videos after all those Your Bartender Hates You, which a lot of those are so wildly inaccurate. But after those videos got really popular, I was always like, maybe I'll make some bartending videos, but I just never got around to it because that's work. Motorcycles are fun, so that's enough shop talk. Today, I'm not serving the beers, I'm drinking the beers. The aftermath. My man Flipknot saving the day with the Leatherman. I really need to get me one of these. So the rear brake on the FXR is locking up. There's an easy fix, temporarily anyway. I'm going to have to rebuild the rear master cylinder. Basically what's happening is the fluid isn't returning. So when the fluid stays in here and can't return and it's pressing these in a little bit, what happens is that fluid will then heat up and then it expands, and since it doesn't have anywhere to go, it just pushes these in further and further and further until it's really dragging. I mean, it's still hot. I've been sitting here for a minute. So basically, you just gotta crack that bleeder screw. You actually saw the bike move there when I did that. So, looks like Monday's vid is going to be rebuilding the master cylinder, rear master cylinder, and I really messed up my hand, so looks like Monday's vid is going to be me yelling at Flip while he rebuilds the rear master cylinder.
Super glue, motherfucker.
Well, all right, I'm definitely going to have to be in front because I only have front brakes right now. I mean, I have a rear brake in case of emergencies, but it's basically one-time use, then I got to release the pressure again. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're trying to make YouTube videos on motorcycles and you find yourself at a loss for content, all you gotta do is buy a Harley Davidson from the 80s and you'll never run out of content because you always gotta do something to these bikes to make them run right. No gloves at all? They're gonna light you up online, dude. The gear police are coming for you, Flip, riding with no gloves. Always wave to kids when you're on a motorcycle. Never know when you might make a new biker. So speaking of new bikers, we're actually headed to 81 Bay Brewery to meet up with a good friend of mine, a guy who's been on the channel a bunch of times, the one and only Taylor Durden. A lot of you guys will definitely remember Taylor because Taylor and his son were the feature of literally my most popular video I've ever released called, I think I called it Making a New Biker, or A New Biker is Born. And that's when we got on all the bikes and we led Robbie down the street while he rode his dirt bike in front of us. It was such a cool video. And I kind of just put it out for fun. I never expected it to do as good as it did. And that thing just blew up. I know a lot of you guys are here right now because you saw Robbie's video. And you guys will know Taylor because he was in it. And Taylor's been in a bunch of my other videos too. Now that Robbie's gotten a little bit older, I've taken some of those videos down, by the way, because Robbie is using the internet. Unfortunately, Taylor sold his Road Glide because honestly, he really just didn't ride it anymore and it was killing him just seeing it sit around. But he did keep his dirt bike, and him and Robbie have been riding dirt bikes. In fact, I need to make a video with them too so we can do a little update because Robbie has a gas-powered dirt bike right now and he's been ripping it up at Bone Valley. But what the other thing that Taylor kept was his moped. Now, the term moped brings many things to mind, not the least of which is a Rubenesque woman. As the old saying goes, fun to ride as long as your friends don't find out. But fuck that, big girls need love too, and so do mopeds. So we're heading over to 81 Bay because they're having a moped meetup. I really don't know what to expect from this. I really don't know how we're going to be received on regular motorcycles and not mopeds, but we're about to find out. Oh, poor Pepe. Does he hurt? Flip bartended for me last night at the Shame, and he hasn't pulled a full bartending shift on a parade night in quite some time. So he's crying uncle today. Does Princess Pepe need a mimosa and a foot rub? Isn't Pepe short for Felipe? Oh, my one tassel is so lonely. It's like a get back whip, but for S&M. I'm not gonna break your windshield, but I'm gonna call you a bad boy. All right, 81 Bay Brewing. Let's see what this place is all about. The owner's been into the bar a bunch of times, so it's about time we came here and made a video about the place. All right, I don't see any mopeds. Did we get the wrong day? No, man. Where are all the mopeds? There's only just one lousy scooter in the parking lot. What the hell? I swore he told me it was today. Damn.
What now, fearless leader?
Well, get a goddamn beer. We're at a brewery. What do you mean, what now? You think I don't know what to do? What, I don't know what to do at a brewery? Get out! Get this goddamn thing out of my way! Jeez, I hope my bike falls on your bike. It might, actually. I am a gigantic country music fan, so when there's a beer on the menu named after Waylon Jennings, how can I not? Even though it's a little early in the morning for something this black. Delicious. My girlfriend here, Princess Pepe, will take a cider. Apple juice for the lady. Oh, it's in a wine glass too. Yes. Yes. My lady. Take a sip. Take a sip out of it, Flippy.
All right, Alex, here's the deal. That milk stout was great, but it's time for something a little more thirst quenching. So go ahead, just pick me out something easy, light, refreshing. It's Sunday morning. It's like 12:30. I don't think it's time for milk stouts. When in doubt, let your bartender pick it out. All right, what are we drinking?
Corporate Blanc.
Delicious. 5 out of 5 flips. Whoop-de-doo. Just talking with Alex here, and she actually makes all the art for these cans. So what's your Instagram?
It's gonna be A Rose Gallery. We have my name right there. Oh yeah.
Oh, super cool. A Rose Gallery. I'll have it linked down in the description.
Hell yeah.
Chuck her a follow.
Good times here at 81 Bay. Get this fucking POS off the fringe. I love the dichotomy here, by the way. You fit right next to the brewery. Amazing. Build yourself up, break yourself down. As fun as that was, it's time to head back to Ybor City. Although, please, make sure you go give Alex a follow. She was awesome. Great bartender. Checked out her art page. Very fun. Tell her Shadetree Surgeon sent you. I'm so bummed we didn't get to go to the moped meetup. Wrong day. Yeah, that has happened fairly often to me, and if you remember what video that happened in, a cookie for you. Anyway, I talked to Taylor Durden, and he promised me that we can go do a video and ride his moped, which he claims can do over 80 miles an hour. So I'm very excited to ride this because here on the Shadetree Surgeon channel, we love all dangerous things on two wheels. You know, Bayshore might be full of rich dickheads on this side, but over here, the view is usually pretty nice. Did I ever tell you guys a story about how I almost rear-ended a car on a motorcycle on Bayshore because I was reckless eyeballing some girl in biker shorts running down over there? Maybe another day. All right, heading in to Ybor City. Like I said, going to Zydeco to meet up with Kyle. Kyle, who you guys remember, has the Bolt on the channel. Not only does he have a Bolt, but he actually traded his Bolt for a Sportster. Or wait, other way around. He traded his Sportster for a Bolt. He traded a 1200 Sportster for his Bolt, and he prefers the Bolt. That's a question, I don't know why, because I don't own a Sportster. I've never owned a Sportster. I don't own a Bolt. I've never owned a Bolt. People always ask me, they're like, oh man, what do you think about the Bolt versus the Sportster? I don't have a dog in that fight, but that's why I always kind of bring up Kyle, because Kyle has a Bolt and he prefers it over the Sportster. So I'm going to see if he'll let me ride that around today so I can finally see what it's like to ride a Bolt around. And I've ridden plenty of Sportsters, so I'll be able to tell the difference. Back with all the freaks and the geeks here in Ybor City. You know, it sure is nice looking at all the pretty people in South Tampa on Bayshore, but this is where I belong. Monkey Squad, what's up, man? Those are all new monkeys, too. All right, I think I see Kyle's Bolt that identifies as a Dyna parked right there, so let's mosey on up next to him and see if he'll let me take that thing for a spin. Oh my God, with another Bolt right next to him. Jesus Christ, man. Safety in numbers, I guess. Oh my God, who looks like the queer now? Vans Grips. Vans Grips. Vans Grips.
Up here at Zydeco, we've got our good friend Rachel, who's a regular at the Dirty Shame. If you've ever been in there, you might have seen her sitting on the end of the bar.
Probably.
Share and share alike. She comes to see us, and we come to see her. Gold Club, always a good drop.
All right, like I said,
It's a Harley, I know.
yeah, don't use a rear brake.
What's this for? It's a Harley.
Yeah, so Kyle's going to ride the FXR. Shadetree Surgeon is finally going to get on a Bolt. There have been literally dozens of people waiting for this day. All right, here we go. Shadetree Surgeon on a Yamaha Bolt. And there's just are these bolts, these random bolts on the ground, are these from you? Jesus, is that what the Harley always sounds like? That? So far, so good. I mean, feels like a motorcycle to me. What's up, Marcus? All right, brakes work, motor works. I mean, it's a Bolt. Like, it's a 900cc Yamaha V-twin. I mean, it goes, right? That's cool. It does wheelies. I don't know, man. I like it. It feels a little bit better than a Sportster, I guess, right? All right, I like the Bolt. I don't know if it's better than a Sportster, but it's at least as good as a Sportster. I mean, the motor sounds good. It makes a cool sound, and, you know, a motorcycle making a cool sound is half the battle, and it does wheelies, and it feels pretty powerful, and the seating position is great. Like, yeah, you like Bolts? Get a Bolt, man. If you don't want to have a Harley and your thing is like, I want to have something different, then go ahead, dude. Get yourself a Bolt, man. There's no even reason to compare this to a Harley-Davidson Sportster, because I feel like the kind of people who want a Bolt, they don't want it because it's necessarily better or worse or anything than a Harley. They just want something different. And it's a good bike. I like it. A+. Joshua digs the Bolt. There you go. Kyle, I don't know how to turn it off, man.
You don't know how to turn it off.
I don't know where the key is on that thing. I like the Bolt, but it's back to something just a little bit shittier. The Bolt's just maybe a little bit too nice for old Shadetree Surgeon. It's like a Harley that doesn't suck. And boy, let me tell you what, man, I like my Harleys terrible. Yeah, the Bolt got it. Are you surprised? Of course the Bolt beat the fucking FXR. Pretty sure a Coleman mini bike would put the FXR's dick in the dirt. Anyway, very short ride over from Coppertail to where Kyle works, which is at MTW, which is the same guy who let me test ride the supercharged VMAX, if you guys remember that video. He's got a bunch of other bikes over there for you to test ride, although first and foremost is a mint condition Honda CBX. I am very excited about test riding that. That's Ed's bike right there, the owner of MTW, or one of the owners of MTW. And oh man, we get to pull right up into the warehouse. You guys know this is where Eric from F&A Custom works as well. And there's always cool motorsports stuff going on here, man. We're definitely making some more videos with these guys. Speaking of cool motorsports stuff, here we go.
So like I said, there's toys lying all around MTW. There's not a whole lot of places that you can just kind of walk into, and there's a random CBX just kind of sitting right over there, right next to the supercharged VMAX that I just walked by, and many other things. So we're eventually going to do a full video on the CBX, but because he has to have the carburetors gone through and make it run perfect, we're going to do a really cool video on it. But he said, hey, do you want to just take it around the block now? And who says no to that?
Oh, hit me up on Instagram. Oh, dude, this bike is no joke. Come on, dude.
Matt just said he's going to show me the hobby room. This is the guy who's been so nice to provide me with cold beer and very fast motorcycles to ride around. And he just opens up this and goes like, yeah, well, here's also all this stuff. Jesus Christ, talk about a Toys R Us kid, man. Don't ever grow up. Here's living proof that you don't have to.
All right, man. Flip, it's time to roll. Adorable. Rock and roll. How is riding around this like 40 horsepower V-twin from the 80s just as fun as riding around a really fast one? I don't know. It's just the magic of the FXR. All right, Angelina, now that you're single, you want to come out riding with us?
Sure.
I know, right on the back of Flip's bike.
What?
I'm riding on your bike with you.
How do you keep offering everybody to ride on my bike?
Of all people, I should be the one that rides.
All right, guys. he says with such confidence as the FXR dies. All right, give it a little bit of choke. All right, guys. It's time to say a goodbye. We've had a lot of fun today, but it's time to put the bike up because we've hit enough bars, and it's time to get this thing a little bit closer to home. Let me tell you, I don't like to have too many beers and be riding around in crazy places. I know that everybody thinks that I just get absolutely hammered and ride around everywhere, but I do not. I park the bike, I get closer to home, I do the right thing, and you should too. So till next time, y'all, keep it weird.